Okay, I think I'm finally ready to get the lights wired up. First, I'll connect the plug to one end of the roll of wire. Here I'm tinning the wires for a better connection. So I'm running my power cord from the switched outlet up on the beam there. That way the new light will come on with the rest of the shop lights. Now I can install the light fixture. This is a 70-watt LED that puts out 7100 lumens. Here I'm deciding how much to cut off. I think I cut off about a foot from a 25-foot roll. Then I can get the receptacle wired up. To the left you can see my little mock-up of a French cleat board idea that I was developing, trying to figure out dimensions and make sure that it was going to work with the smaller French cleat spacing. Whoa, I think that works. Now I can start on the French cleat board. This is the panel that all the little French cleat strips will be attached to. Then I can cut it to the correct height to fit between the top of the workbench and the bottom of the canopy. Yep, that looks like it'll fit. Here I'm using some old warped and twisted boards to chop up into smaller pieces to make the French cleat strips. Each piece that I'm cutting here will make 2 French cleat strips. I can then run them through the planer to get them all to a uniform thickness. And also clean up the edges. Here I have the blade set to a 45-degree angle, and I'm cutting them right down the center. Here I'm sorting them to get the best ones to use on the panel. Then I can cut them to their final length. Here I'm installing them with a little bit of glue and a brad nailer. The little blocks help keep them spaced evenly. Whoops, run out of nails. Even with the spacer blocks, you still need to measure every now and then to correct any drift. Here I'm pre-drilling for the mounting screw locations. And then I can get it installed. Next I'm going to build the rack that will hold the Forstner bits. Here I'm figuring out the layout for the drill bits. Next I'll cut a notch in the blocks so that the front row will sit a little bit lower than the back row. And figuring out the layout for the front row. And then I can transfer that to the block. Here I'm setting up the fence to help keep the holes all in a straight line, and setting the depth. Then I can drill all the holes. Here I'm cutting a 10-degree angle on the back so that the set of drills will pitch forward just a little bit when they're on the cleat board. And then just easing all the edges. Then I can cut the cleat and get it attached. And then just some final sanding. And time to put all the bits in. And then I can put it on the board. The process is pretty much the same for the rest of the drill bit sets and accessories that I want to put on the French cleat board. I didn't show all those builds because you get it. It sure is nice to have the freedom to move the drill sets around to keep them organized the way you want. Next, I'm going to make an organizer for the drawer. This will hold all the miscellaneous drill bits. Here I'm cutting different lengths to accommodate the different categories of drill bit. Next I'll make some ends for those little boxes. And I can glue them on. And of course, more sanding. Okay, let's see if I can remember where everything goes. And get them put away. Okay, so I think this completes the build of the drill press workstation. It's a little more organized and easier to find the drill you need when you're looking for something. So probably a little less time searching for the right drill bit. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.